We keep it live, it's time to tune in. Turn up the sound on what you're using. It goes so hard, I think it's bruising. The show is 2020, no need to zoom in. Yeah.
Hey world, what's up? It's your girl Kenda.
Hey, I'm your boy Sirr.
And today we're going to be doing a movie review on All Day and Night.
Yo, this was another Netflix exclusive that came out this year, 2020. Yeah. Directed by Joe Robert Cole. He wrote and directed this one. And before we get into it, I love this movie.
Okay. It was alright for me.
It was dope.
It was dope.
You just a hater.
But
I'm kidding. I'm gonna cut that out. I'm kidding. Take two. But nah, seriously, it was a black cast. Put me in the mind of the old 90s kind of black gangster story. You know what I'm saying? Tells the story of Jakor, who has a friend named TQ, and Lamarck. They grew up together. Jakor was kind of one of those guys who didn't like fighting unless absolutely necessary. TQ, not so much. TQ was by any means necessary.
Rugged.
Right.
I can't say that. Sorry, take two.
All right. So Jakor, who has his two friends from school, TQ.
Isn't that funny though, his name?
Jakor? Why you say that?
Tupac Shakur.
Oh, like Jakor. Yeah, I picked up on that. But his homeboy TQ and Lamarck, they kind of grew up and gravitated towards each other.
Even though they were complete opposites.
Yeah, but opposites attract. You know what I'm saying? People keep each other in balance. I guess when you look at
it like that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're definitely right on that note.
So, Jakor, starting off, dealt with a lot of abuse at home from his father, neglect from his mother.
Beat him with a broomstick.
And his dad's name was James. Beat him with a broom. Well, to give you a little bit of insight, I'll tell you the first bit. It's talking about his childhood in school, living in California. He had an action figure. He was on the playground playing with it. A guy says, "Let me see it." Of course, you know what happens. Takes it. He tries to get it back. He gets into a fight. The guy slams him.
On concrete.
Right. And you notice TQ was watching the whole time.
Right.
Just watching. Not intercepting or anything. Just watching.
Take a note.
And so later on that day, they met up again. And TQ was like, "Yo, you know, what's up? You want to kind of be friends with it?" So they adopt each other. And they're discussing the incident as they're walking home, and they come across Lamarck, who's sitting outside. And they're kind of abrasive to each other, but in a way they kind of became friends with being jerks to each other a little bit.
Yeah, but Lamarck was a different kind of kid, though. Complete opposite of them. Like, he cared about getting his schoolwork. He wanted to do whatever it took to get out of the hood.
Mm-hmm.
It proved to them, like, this does not consume me.
It felt like they did three different types of men who come from that background. You got the one who wants to be studious. You got the one who wants to just live, doesn't want really war. He wants peace. And then you got the one who's TQ, who's just
rugged.
Just about the life. All of it, every ounce of it. So Jakor has to come home to his dad, and his dad beats him for letting someone take it. Now his mom is pleading with him like to stop. You know, he had something taken from him, and he was like trying to instill that toxic dad vibe, but don't you ever let someone take something from you, because they will eat you alive, which essentially they will.
That's true. But you ain't gotta beat me like that either.
Right. And it was child abuse. It wasn't borderline.
Right. Definitely.
They go back to school. Mm-hmm. Now Jakor realizing he has to take action. Right. So he has TQ with him.
And they jump him.
They jumped him. They hit him with a brick in the back of the head and jumped him.
Then it dawned on you, I'm like, where the teachers at when all this going on? Like,
exactly. That's how it is in school for real, though. It was always like that for me, at least.
Well, you playing out the right time, you know ain't no teacher gonna be around.
Right. You know, playtime and recess is when the teachers are, you know what I'm saying? They doing what they smoking cigarettes and eating popcorn. But I only say that because I know. But going back into the future, they had that relationship. And even in life, don't get me wrong, both of them would do wrong, Jakor and TQ. But TQ would always take it to another level.
Always.
And Jakor pretty much wanted to focus on his music career.
Exactly.
And I know what y'all thinking.
He had been writing since a kid, though. You know what I'm saying? He was still the same rhymes he was kicking, and recording was going back to his childhood. And I'm like, whoa, You
So
still remember that?
right. So he was taking the lyrics from a child and refining them
As
and
a
making them
grown-up.
into music and
Right.
as an adult, and they sounded a lot better. The thing is, though, he would pay for his studio time legitimately.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. They would rob people, they would jump people, take from them, but he would never use that money to pay for his craft. He just refused to cross those lines. This later comes up
In the beginning.
Right. This later comes up as TQ has an investment opportunity, drugs, to make more money, and Jacory isn't really with it initially. So they meet up with this,
Gentleman by the name of Big Stunner.
yes, played by, I'm going to butcher his name, Yahya Mateen. He's currently going to be playing the second. He's currently going to be playing Candyman in the next Jordan Peele produced movie. So a phenomenal actor, by the way. He did an amazing job playing this character, because I've seen him in romantic roles, and seeing him as a crime boss, he really convinced me. Plenty of situations where there are tense conversation, and from the time you see him, you see this guy talks a certain way, but he backs it up. But he doesn't have to if he doesn't want to.
Yeah, because to me, he's like the big dog.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Amongst all the little dogs, like everybody knows and respects, hey, this is Big Stunner.
Yeah,
We
this
not
is
going to
the
cross
dude.
him. We ain't about that life when it comes to him, because he's about it more than we are. So, I mean.
So Big Stunner takes a liking to Jacory and TQ. And at this time, you get introduced to another character by the name of T-Rex, who's a local rapper who made it big and happens to be part of the clique. The thing about T-Rex, though.
Oh, hater. That's
Yes.
his character to me.
Yeah.
Straight
Pretty
hater.
much.
Down you in every sense of the way, because they just hating off your talent. Period.
Right. So there comes an incident where, of course, Jacory, wanting to work with his music, presents his music to T-Rex. And T-Rex plays him off initially. It's like, oh, yeah, we'll get to that later. But he also makes it a point to disrespect Jacory's girlfriend, which was his baby mama
Shantae.
at the time.
Yes.
Shantae, played by Shakira Pay, did an amazing job just being a supportive woman to Jacory. She listened to all of his music, just like the scene where they were in the car, and she was
knew
rapping
it.
the words.
She knew his word like she wrote them.
Oh, I
Hard to
felt
come
that.
by, right.
I felt that. I was
Real
like, when
love.
somebody invests in you like that, that's amazing. So, fast forwarding, T-Rex and Jacory counter each other again in a conversation regarding business, and T-Rex stopped what he's doing to show him a sex tape of his baby
girl.
mama.
But the messed up part about it is, typical guys, it wasn't like she lied to him about it. She had told him about her past. And I guess, your pride got in the way.
Oh, ain't no
because,
guess. It did.
well, his pride got in the way, ladies and gentlemen. And, of course, he went in to confront her about it instead of just talking to her like normal adults should. We let our emotions tend to get in the way. And when your emotions are boiling over, well, it ain't nothing nice to say.
Right.
Needless to say.
So this movie is about a bunch of different smaller stories combining into one. An underlying theme is that Big Stunner has a hit out on him because there's some dissension in the gang. A character by the name of Malcolm, who TQ meets up with regularly, actually is planning to overthrow Big Stunner. But Big Stunner is kind of oblivious to it, kind of to the certain degree, that he's actually working with the people closest to him.
Well, I'm just going to say this. In the beginning, what takes place is what's going to lead up to everything that's going on in the film. It makes you go.
Right. It shows
you just got to pay attention, because the beginning, it got you like this.
The beginning of the movie is the keys to the end of the movie.
Right.
So I'm not going to give that away, because I feel like you need that shock factor for that right there. But in the end, things get resolved, not in a positive light for all of them, but things get resolved in the end. And it's crazy how certain stuff turn out, and it's crazy how past trauma will affect you in the decision makings you make. As far as I'll leave that there.
Because it got deep. Even Jacory being in jail with his father, with his pops,
Right.
But it's a line in that movie that left me stuck.
What was that?
When he say, an old man once told me he was on the bus. The trauma,
Slavery
but we're
taught
not
us
really,
how to survive, but
we're
not how to
really
live. Yes.
That stuck with me.
Yeah. That
Because
was
it's
deep.
like, damn. I hadn't thought about it like that.
Mm-hmm.
And like so many people, I don't think a lot of us have thought about it like that.
Right. Because
So,
a lot of the actions we have are selfish because we're in survival mode, not necessarily looking out for the next person.
Right.
And this movie is through and through all about undercutting the next man just to advance
I think
yourself.
it's that, but then it's also showing you that at the same time, where you come from, life is about choices. You choose the choices. There's cause and there's effect. Because you do this, there's an effect for it. So
Yeah.
something to think about.
But over and over, I feel like this is a strong watch, especially if you like the older style of gangster films that had kind of a positive message, like New Jack City or like Juice or, Don't Be a Menace. Those things, not Don't Be a Menace, Menace to Society.
Dead President.
Dead Presidents, yeah. It's along those 90s movies, crime movies with a message.
Century.
Right, with a message. So.
But you got to pay attention to them.
Yeah, definitely check it out. Examine this movie. If you're a movie head like me, if you love cinematography, one scene I'm gonna give a shout out to. There's this club sequence from start to about 3 minutes in is one continuous shot the entire time, and I love seeing a director pull that off because that is incredibly hard to coordinate.
It is.
Make sure everyone's on point with the dialogue, with their movements, with the timing, with everything that was happening in the background.
Right. Everything just got to be on point.
Yeah, and it was like a 3-minute shot, just continuous. So, yep, if you see that scene I'm talking about, comment below, and I'll give you something for free. We'll give you something for 5 minutes. We'll give them something. Yeah, I want to see people paying attention.
I'm going to find the scene. Hey,
But
you said for free. You
I
ain't
did.
said I couldn't participate now.
You're
Come
right.
on.
I gotta put this closure
Oh,
on.
right. Nah,
All right.
no, you don't.
But that being said, I think it's a cool little watch. Definitely check it out if you got some time on your hands. Quarantine still right now, so why not? But this has been your boy Sir.
It's your girl Kenda.
We out.
Peace.
Ugly little boy.